We're starting our list with Persona 5 the animation. Our protagonist is about to enter his second year after transferring to Shujin Academy in Tokyo. While on the way to attend his first day at his new school, he notices a strange app has appeared on his phone. That app transports him to a world known as the Metaverse, which contains people's true selves. He ends up awakening his persona, and he forms a group with his friends called Phantom Thieves of Heart. Their job is to reform the hearts of corrupt adults by stealing the source of their desires. Well, this game is probably well known to all of you. I personally think, even if you're not familiar with the game, you'll end up enjoying this series. Overall, it has some flaws, but still it's a decent show, and I think it definitely deserves a second chance.
Give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty.
In 9th place, we have The Silver Guardian. Our protagonist is a gamer and loves playing an online RPG game called Dungeon Century. He also attends the prestigious private academy meant for wealthy and elite students. But he is neither of these. In fact, he has to do many part-time jobs to pay his tuition fees. While working one day, he gets saved by a girl named Rai, and he falls in love with her. Later, he finds out that she got kidnapped into a new game called Grave Buster. Now he has to play through this game to save her and also uncover all the secrets that this game holds. In my opinion, if you are looking for something not ambitious and just entertaining, then you should watch this anime. Definitely not the best, but not the worst also.
They left me for dead, I guess I'll never learn. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. They'll never, never, never learn.
Coming in 8th place, we have Arata the Legend. A young boy from a noble family is expected to become the next successor of the princess. He witnesses an assassination attempt on a princess by her own guards. The crime is pinned on his head, forcing him to escape to the forest. Meanwhile, in modern-day Japan, our protagonist hears his name called from an alley. He wanders from his path and unwillingly switches universes with the escaped boy. Trapped in this new world, our protagonist starts his journey to restore order of this new world. I felt at some points the story is becoming a little repetitive and falling under a cliché category, but overall it sums up to be quite an enjoyable experience. In 7th place, we have Yashahime, Princess Half Demon. Set in feudal Japan, our protagonist and her demon sister are separated from each other during a forest fire. While desperately searching for her younger sister, she gets transferred to present-day Japan. She gets found and raised by Kagame Higurashi and his family. 10 years later, the tunnel that connects the two worlds has reopened, allowing her to be reunited with her sister. But apparently she has lost all of her memories. Together they embark on a journey to regain their missing past. Despite all the hate and negative comments, I feel this particular show is well crafted. Inuyasha is something we all grew up watching, and it's very nostalgic to see the bits and scenes from the main show. Moving on, we have Tweeny Witches. Our protagonist believes in magic. She considers that magic is possible and that it can be used for good deeds and fun games. But suddenly, she finds herself transported into another world. She realizes this world is ruled by mysterious witches who capture spirits for slavery. Now she sets on a journey to change things. I feel you should definitely give it a try if you haven't. Art style and animation is pretty unique for a show this old. Overall, brilliantly executed plot and heartwarming characters are the main highlight of the show. Definitely an underrated show that needs more love from you guys. In 5th place, we have Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? Our protagonist was a little more capable than other high school girls, and as a result, she was always alone. When she was reincarnated in another world, she wanted a chance to make normal friends and live a normal life. However, the powers that God bestowed upon her were far from normal, and now she struggles to find simple, ordinary happiness. I feel this show is really adorable. If you are looking for a cute isekai anime with an overpowered magical girl, then you have hit the jackpot. Overall, it's a heartwarming tale of a young girl's second chance at life and the friends she makes along the way. In 4th place, we have Endro. In a world of adventurers and magic, Demon Lord rises to plague the land, and every generation, a hero is born to subdue him. Our protagonist, who's a current hero, attempts a risky spell to cast their enemy into the drifts of time. But the incantation goes awry, sending her and her friends back to a time before she becomes the hero. With their memories of the future erased, the 4 girls restart their ambitions to become the hero's party. However, the Demon Lord was also sent back in time with her memories intact. This anime is definitely not for everyone. Those who are looking for some light-hearted show will definitely enjoy this one. It sure falls in the underrated category. In 3rd place, we have Kakuryou, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. Abandoned by her mother, our protagonist has the ability to see the spirits from the hidden realm. Living with her grandfather, who shares the same ability as her, she learns to live with the spirits with peace. After her grandfather passed away, she tries to continue her college career while feeding the hungry spirits which cross her path. One day, after feeding a random spirit, she gets transferred to another realm. She learns about her grandfather's debt, and the way to pay it is by marrying the Udana. Refusing the terms, she takes on herself to pay his debt. I feel interesting premise, great story, and well-designed characters are the greatest strengths of this show. I highly recommend you to give it a try. Coming in at 2nd place, we have King From Now On. Upon trying to save a friend from bullies, our protagonist washes up to a magical world. In this unfamiliar world of flying skeletons and magic, he is informed by a group called the Mizokyu that he is to be the next Demon King. His arrival is met with some skepticism by some of the demons, who view him as unworthy to be their king. However, after he wins a duel by utilizing his magical powers, the demons slowly begin to acknowledge him as their monarch. If you're into action, comedy, and adventure, you'll definitely love this show. It's one of the classics, and a solid anime in my opinion. In the 1st place, we have Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy. Our protagonist is an ordinary high school boy, summoned to an alternate world as a brave warrior. Unfortunately, the goddess of the world stripped him of his title and banished him to the outermost fringes of the wilderness. While wandering the wilderness, he encounters all sorts of other non-human species. He now exhibits extraordinary powers in magic and combat. Now he has to survive in this world while dealing with various encounters. So far, the adaptation is great. I feel this anime has a lot of potential and they have started really great. I highly recommend you to give it a try. If you're into the comedy and fantasy genre and looking for overpowered protagonist. That's all for today's list, guys. I hope you